Hello, lovely humans, Jen Fox here. In this video, we are going to look at how to do sentiment analysis in Microsoft Excel for free. Woo! Party time. So this service is available in Office 365, well, in Excel. And so it's an add-in that you can incorporate from Azure Machine Learning, and it allows us to do sentiment analysis. Basically, if I'm looking at some text, the sentiment analysis will tell me if the text is a positive sentiment, if someone is feeling, positive about something, or if someone's feeling negative about something. Keep in mind, like most machine learning, it's, not perfect, just like people. And it tends to work on shorter text versus longer text. So that said, let's dig in to how we pull in sentiment analysis into Excel and how we run it on our data. Yay! All right, so this is how to do sentiment analysis for free in Microsoft Excel. Woohoo! I was really stoked when I found out about this feature, and even more stoked that it's free. So to do this, first we need some text. I snagged reviews about the Xbox, so I grabbed them from Amazon. So let's see if we can get the sentiment of each review so we can better understand if folks liked it or they didn't like it. So first, go to the Insert tab in Excel, and then go to My Add-ins. Click See All. And we want to add in this Azure Machine Learning add-in. If you don't have it highlighted, you probably don't, just search for Azure Machine Learning and click Enter, and then you would click Add. And then we say Continue, and it will pop up. Woohoo! So then we want to do Text Sentiment Analysis. Okay, so it's a little funky how it expects the data. So the first thing is click on this view schema, and we need to title our column header with tweet_text, because that is how the sentiment analysis recognizes the text in this column is to be analyzed. And I was running it at one point and I had an extra space in there and it gave me an error. So make sure it's just like this. Actually, let's do that as I'll show you after, I guess. So make sure it looks exactly like this. Then we can close that. And then we want to give our input range values. I was just testing this. So then we highlight, whoopsies, we can click on this. Oh, come on, click on this. No, what is happening? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we click on this to highlight all of the text that we want to analyze. And then we just need to give a single output cell. So for some reason I can't see this button, so I'm just gonna be lazy and copy this and click this and say C1. So we'll skip column B and just put in C. And really quickly, it has to just be a single column. Critical. And make sure that my data has headers is selected. And I would also recommend selecting include headers. Okay, so then we will say predict. And hopefully everything's right. Yay! So in the first column, we have the sentiment output. And then in the right column, we have the score. So sentiment analysis is done on a scale of 0 to 1. A 0.5 is considered to be neutral. A score closer to 1 is considered to be positive, and a score closer to 0 is considered to be negative. So one thing that I want to point out, I'm going to close this to give us more space, is that this negative score is larger than this negative score. So you might find that this review is more quote-unquote negative than this review. So that's one way to interpret that. Another way to interpret it is just that the machine learning algorithm was more confident that this was a negative sentiment. And so as we go down, This one's kind of interesting. This is actually and it looks like the sentiment analysis didn't do great on it because the first sentence is positive. So yeah, I would say that this is a positive review. So this is, it's a useful tool, but I have found that it tends to work better on shorter text. So one of the things that we could do is, remove some of this text and run the sentiment analysis again. So I'm going to click this and see if it changes this score. All right, and so we don't need to change anything here. Oh, that's interesting. It might be that the phrasing is a little funky. So it's not perfect, but if you have a lot of text data, this can give you a general understanding of sentiment. And then really quickly, I just want to show you what error gets thrown if this isn't quite right. So if you have an extra space and you click to predict, I'm gonna laugh if it doesn't actually give me an error this time. It's really funny. Predict. There we go. Okay. So message, input column names must match the schema. Column names only in schema, tweet text, and then, yeah. So basically, if you read that, it tells you, in effect, that your column header is funky. So then I remove the extra space, and I click predict again, and no error. Woo! All right, cool. So I hope that is helpful. This is a free service that comes with Office 365. Go forth and enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy making, my friends. Ding.